Okay, so already in last lecture we have completed our first chapter. That is our first introduction part of the IQM. Okay, so today we will start our second chapter. That is unit number two: planning, organizing, and staffing. Okay, in this chapter we are going to see three important basic terms like planning, how to do, when to do, where to do. Okay, organizing, whatever that we have done that planning for particular operation, we can say manufacturing, we can say anything. We have to do a planning for any reason. Okay, so how to organize that all the planning sheets for our getting output, that thing also we are going to see. And next, staffing. Okay, how to manage all the department level managers and all the employees. In that we will see in details. Last point, staffing. Okay, so these are the some syllabus points in details regarding that 3 points: planning, organizing, and staffing. And these 3 points we can call as the basic functions of management type 1. Okay, so you can just see in that planning we are going to cover the meaning of the planning, means the definition of the planning. Then second, types of the plans. What are the types of the plan? Which types of the planning we are using for the different purpose? Then what are the basic steps involved in planning? Then what are the actual planning process for our organization or any company? Then a very important point, there is a decision making capacity. Okay, so for that, what parameters we are going to consider at the time of the making any decision, that thing also we are going to cover. Next thing, organizing. So in that organizing we will see first nature and purpose of the organization or organizing committee, then structure of the organization, and next, what are the span for that organizing team and levels? There are different levels. Next, departmentation, line and staff authority, and decentralization. Decentralization means we are going to divide the different department. We are going to organizing the system with a very well manner for achieving the great output. Then staffing, its definition, then HR department, then selection, then performance appraisal of the each and every employee, manager, and training department and development department. Okay, so first of all we will see only planning point. Okay, so now you can just see this first slide. In that first slide I have pasted 4 to 5 images. So in that first image, what next? Okay, so first question arises when you are going to assign some work to yourself or other. Okay, so first thing, what is next? Okay, means what you are going to do for that particular thing. Okay, first question in your mind. Okay, so from that question you have to think for that next. So time for planning, it is time for planning means right now you have to do one simple plan for your uh, goal, whatever you have setting before the starting the any work. Then how to do planning? First thing, where to do, then when to do, then how to do, what things we have to do plan, then who are going to do planning, and why. Very important question, why we are going to do planning. There are something reason, one desired reason for doing any planning. Okay, so before going to planning we have to ask these 4 to 5 questions to ourselves only. Okay, why we are going to do planning, where we are going to do planning, when, how, what, who, and why. Okay, so these are the some basic questions we have to ask before going to do planning. Then and then only we will get the a better idea for doing any planning. Okay, next image, now you can see here plan. what is planning? First you should know what is the meaning of the planning. Then if once you know the planning, then you have to decide you are going to do a short term planning or long term planning. Means suppose you are going to do that your goal for only some period of time. Okay, so you have to go for the short term planning only. Don't think about the long term, means 10 years, 5 years, 15 years. Okay, and if you want to go for this long term planning, then you should go for the long term planning process. Okay, and third thing is essential of the sound. Okay, so for that planning, what type of the parameters requirement, how to do that work, for that essential of the parameters you have to do the on paper. And last and important, plan. You have to require, not we can call as a requirement from your side. You have to transfer that your fruitful thoughts in your mind onto the actual pen and paper. Okay, and then you will plans your actual work. Okay, and last but not least, this is a important image. You can see here, planning is a we can call it as a CIM, computer integrated manufacturing. Like I am just giving example of the same integrated department, concurrent engineering department. Like planning is placing a center of this all the other parameters like manager function, goal orientated, pervasive, continuous activity, intellectual process, futuristic, and decision making. Okay, so in that there are different and very important parameter regarding that planning. Like you can see, futuristic means whatever that you are doing planning now presently, for that we will get one output in future. Okay, but we have, before going to any doing planning or any doing actual manufacturing, we have to make one hypothetic result. Okay, before going to manufacturing. So we are going to applying this planning, then we will get this and this type of the products. Okay, like this we have to do some futuristic things before going to act. Then we have to take some decision at the time of the planning, during the manufacturing, and after the finishing the products. Okay, if sometime we have to take opposite decision, whatever that we have done planning in before as per the situation. Okay, so like this way we have to take a continuous follow up of this our process planning sheet, and then we will achieve the one great thing. Okay, so before moving next point, I want to show some video regarding this planning. So we will move towards the one short video, and then we will continue our. My screen is visible. Hello. Hello. Roll number one. Hello. Anyone can please reply me. My screen is
Yes, sir.
visible.
Audible. Yes.
Screen is visible, na? Okay. So I will show one video. Just see how they are just behaving. Okay. So you will understand what is the importance of the planning. Okay. Okay. I thought everyone gets some idea regarding the planning. So I have given one short and funny example regarding the planning. So now you have understood that four friends are giving some excuses for not attempting that any exam. Like you already gone through that processes. Okay, if some time you want to go for any small trip and then you have to bunk your classes, then you were given one regular reason. So we are from my family, someone has some medical problem, then someone has saying like there are something problem with my bike, like this. Okay, that four friends has given reason to that vehicle tire burst. Okay, for that why, that's why they are not able to attend that test. Okay, but that professor or dean, that subject, okay, they have to decide take retest of that for students, and they will ask only two questions: name for 2 marks and which tire burst for 98 marks. So before going to do anything, we have to do proper planning. Okay, so that four students have to do one planning to give a one common answer to our or that dean. So they didn't do a simple planning for giving the same answer. So that's why they four students were failed to that giving exams. Okay, so like this way, before going to do anything regarding in your personal life or as a professional life or anything, okay, so you have to do one simple planning, as well as you have to take one plan B also. So plan A and plan B. Okay, means suppose plan A is not working, then you can move towards the plan B. Like this way, any organization, any company, or any short or small scale industry, they have to prepare 2 to 3 minimum plans as per their uh, goal of the organization or target of the organization. So like this way, we have to also keep 2 or 3 plan for our future or life. So this is a basic one short video regarding the planning. So we will see one more video regarding the what is the meaning of the planning. So this is the first. Uh, we are just going to discuss the what is the planning. Okay, so planning is nothing but just we have to focus on our mission and objectives, and after that we have to take some actions to achieve our final goal, corrective actions for achieving our final goal or target. So this is called as planning. So what to do or what is the important task for achieving this our target while doing the planning or by implementing this planning to our organization to see everyone understood the group's group missions. Means suppose we can take the one organization. In that organization 100 people are working for that organization, and whatever that organization owners have set one mission for that organization. So that owner should ensure that each and every employee should understand what is our actual mission and what are our actual objectives. Okay, and how to achieve that mission and objective. That owner should give some methods to follow these orders or give some demos to for achieving missions and objectives. Okay, so that will be easy for achieving the final target of the organization or company. If group effort is to be effective, people must know what they are expected to accomplish. If your team of the workers, employees is to be effective, okay, means in that 100 employees, near about 90 to 95 employees are doing a great work, and remaining employees means 5 to 10 employees, they are just neglecting their uh, authorities, neglecting their we can call as responsibilities, and because of that 10 to 5% of people, that organization is unable to achieve 100% target. So this thing should not be happen in any organization. For that, that owner of the organization or that manager of that organization should ensure that each and every group of the employees effort is to be effective, and each and every people must do their complete their responsibilities. Okay, so this is the functions of the indirect planning. Means we are doing a direct planning through the organization owner or manager, and we are going to complete that planning, achieve that planning goal indirectly through the each and every employees. Okay, so it is the most basic of all the manager function. So planning is the most basic concept for each and every level manager level functions. Okay, means you can just do, or you can just take the example of the any organization. So planning is a concept for achieving our final target. Okay, this is a simple definition. And planning is the most basic step for each and every manager level or each and every person level concepts. Okay, so top level manager will do some planning for achieving the goals, then middle level also doing some planning, lower level doing also planning, and employee also doing planning for completing their task. Okay, so regarding this, you will see one video. What is planning? Okay, why I'm showing this video, because we understood better way, so that's why I'm just giving the best example of the planning. So I hope you have get some idea regarding the planning. Okay. So this is the basic principle of the planning. So we have seen what is the first step and what is the last step of the plan. Means whatever that we are going presently uh, doing a planning for our bringing the or making the our future or achieving the future goal target. Okay, so we have seen the two different videos. First videos regarding why planning is important. And in that second video, we have seen that what is the plan and how to achieve, how to get that or goal through the taking corrective actions throughout the process. So next point is relation between planning and controlling. So how planning and controlling are relative close. So now you can just see this is one flow chart. On that flow chart you can see here first step is planning, second implementation of that planning into our process, third controlling and comparing plans with results. Means whatever that you have made plan, we are going to implementing that your actual process, and after that we have to compare whatever we have get the results from that our plan. We have to compare to that different plans, and from that we have to control or we have to take some corrective actions if anything going to wrong. If not, then no problem. You can see here right side, no undesirable deviations from plan. Means whatever that you are making this first plan, from that plan we get 100% accuracy or correct output, then no problem, we can carry out the repetition of cycle. But if anything we will get undesirable deviation from our plan, then we have to take some corrective actions, and again we have to go for the plan. This cycle will be repeat. Okay, and if there is no undesirable deviation, so we can go for the new plan for the new manufacturing. Okay. So this type of the controlling we should keep in our planning department also. So we can integrate a planning and controlling department in a single department. So we make a close relation with planning and controlling department. Next is a types of the plans. So there are n number of the types of the planning. So we will see just this listed type of the plannings. First is mission and purpose. Second is objectives type of the planning or goals type of the planning. Third is the strategies, then policies, procedures, rules, programs, and budgets. So we will discuss one by one. First planning type is mission planning type or purpose planning. Means any organization, any company, or any small scale industry person owner, they have to do one organization mission planning, or what is the purpose of our company. For that, we have to make purpose planning. Means why we are going to develop, why we are going to make our company. So for that, they have to make one planning. What is the basic reason for the making any organization? So simple. If suppose you are going to make a small scale industry for any small scale production, so our or your mission, basic mission or purpose of that, achieving the profit, achieving the name in market. So that type of the planning you have to do in the your organization level. The second is the objectives or goal planning. So what are the basic objective of the our organization? So first is getting profit is a basic objective from any organization, any owner. The second, good product, then good quality and quantity of that product, then good relation between the market and our organization. So that type of the basic objectives, planning and goal from the your side. Then strategies. So whatever that you have done planning for the achieving your output, any production, any object, okay, any part. So for that we have to they have to make some strategy plan for achieving the target. So there are n number of the parameter to achieve desired goal. So first is uh, you can just start from your employees. So how to satisfy our company's employees with salaries, incentives, bonuses. Okay, so this should be also one strategy for achieving 100% production, 100% good production. Okay, then you can just make one strategy like those who are doing the 100% work, we will give the 10%, 5%, 2%. Like this, they will do some strategy. Then strategies for the doing the production. So they will do some strategic plan for raw material to finishing goods. Okay. Then policies. In that policies, they will make some policies in terms of the medical policies, in terms of the that product policies, in terms of the their organization policies. In that policies, principal ethics, disciplines, then salary related issues, then each and everything regarding the as per the government norms and rules, they will make some policies. They should have to make process policies plans. Okay, suppose some employees will or their family got some medical help. So for that purpose also they have to make some policies. Okay, then next procedures planning. So each and every procedures during that manufacturing, during that part, our forget about the only manufacturing, go for the all departments and each and every department. So there should be one procedure for obeying the all the instruction from the organization to the manager. So for that also they have to make some planning. Okay, so who should send that final design to whom? Okay, and through that design, how to proceed final product. There also should be one procedure. Okay. Then rules as per the different organization, they have the authority to make some rules. Okay, as per the government rules norms, they should implement that rules into that organization. Plus, as per the organization owner, they should decide which additional rules they have to implement it in their organization. So they will go for that also. Seventh, programs planning. So whatever you have divided n number of department, n number of the sections in your organization company, for each and every that departments, you have to do one program plan. Means suppose design department is there, so in the design department, how to draw, how to complete that drawing. Okay, so for that program they have to make some plan. Then after that inspection, then production, like that assembly, like that each and every department have to do some program planning. Okay, for that particular project. And last but not least, and very important, budget planning. Yes, whole and soul you are doing based on the only this money. So for that we have to do a great and efficient budget planning. So this type of the planning we have to do for any organization. We can take the example of the any school also. Okay, so suppose we can take the primary school as the example of the doing this type of planning. So that primary school has to define or they have to define their missions and purpose of that primary school. You can take the village area. Okay, so their mission or motto or purpose of that developing that primary school to make uh, desired output that villages students to make scholar students for his better future. Okay, so like this way you can just make different plans for the your organization. So these are the types of the plans. We will see next point, steps of the planning. So what are the steps of the planning in implementing the plan, a good plan? So now you can see one flowchart is there. So start here, being aware of the opportunity market, then competition. Means before going to do any plan, first of all you have to go for the market survey, customer survey. Okay, so before making any planning for any product, anything, so you have to go for the awareness of the current market condition and competition and competitors. Okay, so that is the first and very important. Because of this is your analysis, and based on that analysis you have to go for the uh, plan A. Okay, so plan A means you have to define. Suppose we are going to developing one simple ball pen. So before making that planning, we have to go for the market. We have to visit. We have to see what type of the pen available in market already, and what thing we have to just modify according to the customer need. That thing we have to study in deeply, and then we have to find out the best competitor for your product, and then you can just small modify regarding that competitors, and you try to be a good position with competitors with a less price. That is also second challenges. Okay, there are many challenges regarding your good products. So this that are the first thing. Second, setting objectives and goals. So once you completed your survey, market survey, then you have to set your objective as per the market survey and competitors, and you have to focus for more reliability. Okay, and with less cost of the product. Then and then only you can just able to um, sell or top in market. Okay, otherwise suppose you can just see the market survey, take the market survey, and you can just try to make a good product, but you are unable to focus on the product price. If so, suppose your product price will be greater than the already product have in market, so competitor will be get chance or get benefit of that price, and he will be sell their product in 9 rupees, and you are selling your product with 11 rupees. So no use of your project and no use of your design of the product. Okay, so customer wants to a good product with a good design with less price. So according to that you have to set your objectives and goals for that particular product. Okay, so that is the main thing. Third stage is considering planning and premises. Whatever you have done planning for your project as per the market survey, customer survey, and competitors, at the time of the implementing and at the time of the applying that planning into our actual, so you have to take care, you have to consider all nearby things, premises for that production. Okay, means you have to take care of the current market condition, prices. Okay, budget also, environment. Because at the time of the doing planning, that time market survey, market condition is different, and at the time of the actual selling of the product, that market condition will be different. So as per that situation you have to consider premises, so that will be better for your market survey. Then next stage is identifying alternatives. That is a very important steps in planning. Suppose already I have say plan A. Okay, so identifying alternative means if plan A will be fail, then you have to in your hand plan B. That is a alternative. Means at that 11th hour you are searching for the next alternatives. So don't do that before doing any perfect planning, before going to make final objective. That time you should ensure that you have in your hand minimum two or three plan for that particular part. So if plan A will be failed, then you can go for the easily plan B. If by chance plan B also fail, then you can go for the plan third C. Like this way, you should have at least two or three plans in your hand. So at the 11th hour, you don't need to identify the alternatives. That will be save your time, and you can just able to launch your product as earlier as possible in market, and that will be save your time as well as cost also. Okay, so this is the first pillar of the you can say just first parameter or first important stage in planning. So these are the important stages in the planning. So you have to take care at the time of the survey, at the time of the setting objective, at this time of the considering that or implementing that planning, and identifying the alternatives. Okay, so next is comparing alternatives in light of the goals. Means suppose you are making 4 to 5 objectives and goals for your products. So in that two suppose you are making four objectives, in that two objectives are easily achievable, and out of that remaining two will be slightly just harder. Okay, so for that you have to make also some alternatives. Like this way, same previous way plan alternatives, this way goal or objective alternatives. So side by side you can just compare others objectives to your objectives and try to modify and try to get a more effective objectives. Okay, so like this way you will get a better objectives for our part. Choosing an alternative, selecting the course of action. Okay, when your first main plan will be fail, then you can go for the alternatives. Okay, no problem. But at the time of the selecting alternative or choosing the alternative, you have to also take care of their corrective action plan. Also you have to change that your corrective action plan as per the main plan. If you are going to alternative, so you have to select a correct course of action, means corrective action plan also. Otherwise you can just go for the previous corrective plan, so that will be not applicable for the any alternative plan. So you should go for the correct one action plan. And next one, formulating supporting plans. After this implementing alternative plan, so you have to formulate one support plan also for in case B. If plan will A will be failed, then you have to be ready with the next supportive plan. Okay, so after completion of that implementing plan, taking corrective action if anything wrong, and then formulating that plans, and last one is a quantifying plans by making budgets. After implementing, doing corrective action, and last is formulating the all supporting documents for that plans. You have to make a separate a budget planning, whatever that we have already planned for that particular planning. So that budget planning will be checking, cross checking, we can call it a quantifying of that plans, and we will just carry forward that all the details to next manufacturing department once this planning is done. Okay, so these are the some important steps in the planning. So today we will just uh, see what we have covered. First, basic planning, what is mean by planning, definition, how to do the planning, what is the actual importance of the planning. Okay, then we have seen the some definition part of the planning, then relation between the planning and controlling, and types of the planning, and next is steps of the planning. So for today's lecture we will stop here, and next part will be covered in next lecture. So I request all of you, you can just